deal with Lady Iceheart. I'll have to unlock her first. I'm going to go through Stormcloak. Everyone's favourite dungeon. And I say that with contempt. Nothing but contempt for it. Just because most people don't know what the fuck they're doing. Right. Here we go. Right, Minfilia. Speak. Minfilia would ask you to assist Alphino in his new station as commander of the Crystal Braves. Okay. Traitor in the midst. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding. But it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the Grand Companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As far as the Ascians, Eorzean is wholly dedicated to finding means by which we can defeat the Dark Beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak more of the current matters, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. Alphino did well to found the organisation, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I have no doubt he's doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when help comes from you. Alphino has entrusted countless matters of importance to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again were you to offer. I should be so grateful if you would go to him and support him in the matter in any manner you're able. What if I don't want to? What if the Warrior of Light is too damn busy? Yeah, what have they done for me lately? They're all over the damn place. I can think they're more than happy to do it themselves. And Alphino's big enough and ugly enough to do it himself. He can always go and ask Alistair's help. What is it, Mino? And do be concise. I'm rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say. I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I am hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I have little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labour. Though we are but newly formed, we are already a great demander for our services and are hard-pressed to answer all petitions, but I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilbert. Ilbert, tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Mino. Ilbert.
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you?
I've been asked to help you.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies.
Okay, that was weird.
Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root.
Okay.
Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now.
That's not good.
We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway. And if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
One-woman army? What are you implying, Sunshine? Hello.
Hello. Close for me too.
Yeah, I can't get anything on it. I can't get on it on my PC or anything.
Nope. Me neither.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told
Sorry?
me you'd be visiting,
I
I
was
scarce
wondering
believed my ears.
why it's all this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Discord doing Discord things.
But look at you, the honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Pah! Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Hilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you were an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil.
Oh, well.
But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Afternoon.
Or should I say evening?
Okay.
How are you all doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Our hunt
That's
for
good.
the ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice to say, we must tread wary, but our misstep may cost us our lives. Cool. Our business here is concluded for a time being. Let us return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Levier. Yay. Sorry.
You can watch me creepy.
Because it's PSN, it's going to pull the voices, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, I'll disappear for a little while. I shall return!
Oh, okay. Bye.
I'm streaming and it's PSN chat and not Discord. So
Oh, you can't block it. You can't block it out.
I can, but I have to restart the stream.
Oh, that's nice.
Plus, again, I'll be talking over you two.
Not the first time then.
No. Yeah. Oh, we'll be back in a few minutes.
No,
About half an hour, hopefully.
No worries.
Depending on the queues. Okay, let's talk to Commander Levier. And, no, he's over there. There he is. We have returned from Udar, Commander. And not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? If you may recall that the Fourth was tasked with reckoning the rendezvous site when used by the Ivy's minions and his Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route into its destination. Gods damn it. According to the report, one of ours had been taken captive. The Guardians are not wont to treat their foreman with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we do not have the time. I'm afraid I must ask you for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Guardians with more captives. Yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. Captain Ilber was the right of it. I trust you're willing, but of course you are now. Now, our lane of the Fourth lies in the wait in the triangle, next to the entrance to the Castian Senti. Seek her out and she will apprise you of the situation. Oh, my little carbuncle, we must go rescue people. You would aid us on this in a rescue mission. We are in your debt, warrior of light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Guardians fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and hauling her away to the casting yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do is flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Guardians may be interrogating Resh, or worse, with her hurts. I fear she's not going to long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as mithril. None of us will stand by while our comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castile and Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it is too late. If you remember, we've infiltrated this place before. You guys haven't improved your training, have you? Where am I? Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, warrior of light. Now to quit this accursed place. Resh cannot move with these wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one, given your reputation? I suspect the Guardians would, well, only be too happy to grant you with their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we're safely outside these walls. How dare you interrupt me? Just die already. Where we found out that Lala Brea had taken control of oh fuck's sake, Frankfurt. All this for little old me? Oh, you're so kind. I have awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Resh is safe. We suffered no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left to do is report the mission and success to Commander Levier. I shall go ahead to the Rising Stones. It does me well to see you've thus returned. Though I doubt your prowess, entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture. I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, howling whole, having succeeded in your mission as you want. Least you wonder the woman you rescued has been cared for by the Domans, thanks to their expert ministrations. The danger has passed. You have my gratitude, Mino. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Resh owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see that our men keep our wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence in you. You will succeed, Captain. As for you, Mino, I realise that you are scarce caught your breath, but I am afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require you to accompany me to Colthus. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, and do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. Coming to terms. An influential Ishgardian wishes to meet with the warrior right now, for no would be like nothing more than to oblige him. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, man, an audience with the ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Almeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honour to serve the Holy See directly as the Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields a tremendous political influence. We would be wise to call his favour. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Almeric wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I will not deny him the pleasure of your company. The academic should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Golphus. Mayhap you feel this is a waste of your talents, but which could doubtlessly be put to nobler causes, nobler use. If so, I would remind you that there are more good to be accomplished with strokes of a pen than the thrust of a sword. So speak when I wanted to ask Memphidius pissing permission. A meeting with the Ishgardian ambassador, by all means, I think it's a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphino believes your presence may help him secure more favourable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Accident. I take it that Mino has explained the situation. She has, yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurred all contact with other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one of which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notorious reclusive nation of Ishgard is situated at the centre of the Alpha Spine. Ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, ahead of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean Alliance formed in the wake of the Anamigo fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of the convenience who withdrew from the Alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of the Silver Tear Skies. Since that which time, their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbours' pleas even when a calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defence of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have my efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this cannot be considered a step in. Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I hope so, rather than the lowly messengers who have been fobbed off with in the past. This time we shall meet with the man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive to think that they will come out of what the goodness at the heart of their hearts. We have something that they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and I will, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expand upon that point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Mino, and our old friend Lord Harshenford is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further integrated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful in our cause. We integrated with in his favour. Don't you start mocking Lord Harshenfall. He's a good man. You implying that he's sleeping with an ARR? You dirty bastard. Lord Harshenfall. Mino, ever a welcome sight. Our heaths have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It will not do us for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in the cold climes. Good Master Alphino, and Anna as always. Likewise, Lord Harshenfeld. Forgive us for yet another imposition. I fear I have relied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? Houseful Temps may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See will at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Amric arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our heath. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside in the Intercessory. He will grant you an entrance and send word to the other attendees. And inviting as your heath sounds, I think it's best we proceed to the Intercessory forthwith. We have been expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Sir Emmerich.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination.
You have my picture in your bedroom, do you?
Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the Primal Menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last.
So about that.
Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear.
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't look good.
However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mor Dhona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Just when we're starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I'm not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Harshenfold and find out what he had learned. You're a merchant here. What's that? Merchant? Merchant melter. There we go. Alright. Butter. Give some of this shit. Need that web. Don't care about that stuff. Get that stuff. Need to keep that and get tent sap, maple sap. Get those two again. Yeah. Little bit of inventory sorting while we're here. Right, just going to speak with Lord Harshenfold. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Icehearts Heritcs fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's toll as if it was passing through boulders down. This was an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they appeared, they were gone. It would be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush would be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly. As Lord Harshenfold said, lest critical evidence be lost. You have the knack for discerning hidden truths, Mino. Would you not go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival and they will gladly share their findings. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Lord Huntingfold bids you speak with us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nigh a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for a good measure, even. The whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier just to steal it, though a damn sight harder to conceal it, if I allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden on the way off. But pray no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but speculation. Might be as the squire received care in the observatory and could tell you something more factual. That is, if he is awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Yes. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance of the hall of the Seven Echoes pilgrims. We marked them as lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek, and then he sighed and crumpled on the ground. I didn't know what happened until I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but I took a blow to the head. By the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't. They would kill me, so I just laid still and listened. Icehearts people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. You've returned. What news have you for us? Well, they were attacked in disguise, as some others mentioned Shiva. It seems Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Ecterion Master? The Ecterion Master Alphino. Shiva was a traitor to her kith and kin, an apostate who lay down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know the Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say that she's their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Harshenfall, what was the caravan's cargo? If I recall correctly, Diamond Forge had requested a large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva, as the beast tribe with a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once, Lord Harshenfall. Would you agree that discretion is our paramount concern? Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphino. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat, and support is given. I will need to send word of my brethren in Reverence Toll, and the entire Order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss for this world. I am sure you would not miss this for the world. I would. Okay, strengthening unity. Woe betide the heretic who crosses Alpha no Levier, where they shall fear the full force of his fury. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Mephidio of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Mino, pray join me at Windbrim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Duradane have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillamont, should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Good? Whoa, where are we flying off to? Yeah, just ignore the chat. Where's that way down? Up here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Drillamont. A band of pilgrims were seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garbs appeared to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak. That self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions are all but confirm our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning the unit of Crystal Braves to White Britain Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such is my intent from the start, Sir Emmerich. Then so it begins, my friends. Though I dare say it will prove all too brief collaboration, Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single situation. A single solution. There may yet be a subtler means of which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Drillamont has one in mind. Yes, yes. Excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is naught else you would have us do, pray speak and it shall be done. Right, dark words, dark deeds. Only a naive place of all their hopes in success of a single solution, and Lord Drillamont is anything but. It seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess of having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we are not without our other options. I trust you haven't forgotten about Inquisitor Grimir. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we conducted an excessive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brim Front. Though some were found to be committed certain minor transgressions, we identified one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he would take note of the movements of the Temple Knights and Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the other heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Judge Richmond in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which would endanger our plans. Okay, we're going to be sneaky spy. Huh? Whee! And down we go. Hiya, biatches. The suspected heretic leaves through the southwest gate. head south. Hey, where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duty to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to... bloody echo. Lower your voice or you'll hear us on white-brimmed front. Yes, of course. Temple Knights are mumble in Snowcloak. This is what you bring me. We already knew that. Mumble. Our comrades are emboldened down. Will use the tunnels. Mumble. Dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless, mumble. If you waste my time again, is that clear? Well, did your investigation bear fruit? You're going to be ambushed from tunnels, my friend. I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Sigh. Would that you have heard their words more clearly. Yet the few scratches that you were able to make out were nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident they can fault it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means key to our plans that they will be rooted out and put to the sword. First blood. The Allied forces at Snowcloak are in danger, and Lord Drummond would have you assist him in ensuring their safety. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given that you have heard, I fear that the Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unaware. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. The contingent of House Eorzean Knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they wouldn't take courage from the presence of a so storied warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulders Down, and if Halone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show no mercy, Mino. The lives of our allies are at stake. Not supposed to be here yet. I went ahead of where we're supposed to be. Yeah, that's the dungeon. This is where we met Scion. Right, shitheads. Anyone see a neat trick? Well, we were too late. These men are dead. No, it's tragic. Please ignore the chat bullshit. Don't know why the admin haven't anyone in there who's an admin hasn't kicked that dickhead. My knight sent no word of your coming, Mino. What happened? What is that in your hand? A riddled parchment discovered on the body of a slain heretic. The yellowing document is covered with a complex code of seemingly random letters and numbers. I'm afraid they were all dead by the Fury. Those were veterans with years of service. And now they're dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No. We have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while the Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not sufficient. Were not of sufficient number to contend with a combined strength of the Temple Knights and Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager that they're on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of guardsmen watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that be if we had caught him sooner? With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They would use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable was not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Diodane must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from Stone Vigil. I shall see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Path of righteousness. Lord Diodane recognizes the situation in Snowcloak is coming to a head, and a decisive action must be taken. Time is of the essence, Mino. My knights make ready to depart. The heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and recruitment may evade them if they are cut down and if their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything we have discovered. Fly is exactly what I shall do. Now we go to the dungeon. Mino, this is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden. They know you're here. They're going to attack you. You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has the commander of the Levier been informed? The braves must be made aware. Hey, Alfina. It must be here. I'm certain of it. Why else would they be going to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? It's but a pity they discovered this discovery comes from our enemy as such has. 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not know how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it. This is all wrong. Icehearts are scrambling to save our own skins when we should rightly be straining every slough to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is. Come here, girl. Ida! That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similar warm welcome. Commander Levier. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrance to half a dozen tunnels. After spotting the enemy breaking the surface, that's not all, sir. Well, we think we have one of many. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Monsters war on the tunnels like the entrance to Icehearts' lair. Summon the others. We're going in. A moment, Alphino. The tunnels in question are barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say for certain where it leads, much less what's waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. If they were here to convene at this point, after we entered the tunnel, for all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. The tunnel is indeed narrow, as you say. Greater numbers would be a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our allies would become an obstacle to escape. Ahem. Change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir American and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go for wherever the tunnel leads. You've got Iceheart at the end of it. Do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown. So see that you're prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papalina will sulk. The entrance to the tunnel, madam? It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Remrick's orders, we shall stand guard outside. Please be aware that should you encounter a significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Into Snowcloak with another party players. Oh, pop straight away. Yay! Super! Not being so quiet. Concentrating. careful here. Oh shit. Yeti! He's quite an annoying boss, this one. The thing about this place is it has beautiful music. Maybe Iceheart's got a concerning sense of humour if she keeps sending those damn ice crystals down on our heads. Okay. Final boss. Fenrir. I see you drop down some crystals, and the one which is blue You have no control where he turns, unfortunately. Means they left. Okay, time for a cutscene.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good.
The greater good.
For Eorzea. For Hydaelyn.
Wait, what? That took longer than I expected. What news, Mino? I spoke to Lady Iceheart. She mentioned Hydaelyn. So Iceheart is a synonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared the path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders to their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Mino. We may yet turn the situation to our advantage. Assuming we can stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfinia and Eorzean have been busy pursuing the archives of House Fortemps, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you're intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. Decadent should be here any minute. So I can only assume that some people enjoying subjecting themselves to this cold. Right. I think just double checking something and I'll be with you. Right, so this starts the next set of quests, which I'm going to hold it here because then we'll finish off all the stuff that we need to finish off. Right, so we'll leave Alphinaud here in the cold as he loves it so much. And turning on the Big BH. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up as well. And I will see you in part 36 when we will confront So, part 37, when we will confront Shiva. And hopefully put an end to Lady Iceheart's plans and find out what the hell she's talking about when she mentioned Heidelin. Also, we have the thing. Also, we have the spy within the flames, the Ivy, which we're also going to have to try and stop. Busy. Until then, ciao.